Mic check 1 2. This is Garage Junk Review. We have another video here, and I've discovered a new game, even though I guess it's been worked on here by a solo developer. I think it's called, it goes by Hooded Horse, and he's been working on it for 7 years. It seems to be pretty cool so far. I've played a little bit. I really like the music, so that's always a great start. So far, I kind of have like the basic settings on. I don't have it on the setting where I'm gonna go to war yet or anything like that. I'm just in the building phase. I just have it building. As you already know, if you've watched anything from my channel, you already know that I mainly like to play builder games. And so this is like a medieval builder game back in the medieval period with serfs and lords and peasants, and this is the feudal system. And you can create your own lordship. Basically, you choose a lord in the beginning. I'll show all that in another video where I basically will start from scratch and do it all from the beginning. This first video, I just wanted to tune into what I've already done and just kind of play. A playthrough, basically everything I've been doing. Do like a quick tour of the village that I have so far. Where I left off, I was actually just establishing my manor. And if you go to the build tool down here, the hammer, the construction tool, there's all these different things that you can construct. But if you go all the way to the castle icon on the tab, in the administration tab, there's a manor tab. I've already constructed my manor. It's a little interesting because you could build a taxation office and you build your main manor, and then you can build towers and a fence around it. And so I've already constructed the main plan, and so now they're building my plan. And you see this outline, the dotted line, that's the box. That's gonna be my main plan. So you build the roads. My concept was I just have this basic square. I have my manor in the middle. I have the taxation office here, and then I have 4 towers. Well, technically I have 6 towers, but there's 1 tower in each corner, and then there's the gate tower that connects to the road on both sides. So there's 1 here and 1 here. And so while they're building it, it's gonna take a long time. I've freed up like 4 unassigned families so that they can just focus on building my manor. And the reason why I started building the manor, first of all, when I first started, I didn't even know how to build it and what I was doing. This was all like my first time trial run with the tutorials on. What got me started on building the manor was sort of out of a necessity because I got this notification that I owed the royal tax. And I guess in the game simulation, it had been a year. It actually had been more than a year, but after a certain amount of years, or after I made a certain amount of regional wealth with my trading post, I guess I advanced in the game enough to where that I'm starting to get royal taxes. And the only way I can collect taxes is to build a manor and build the taxation office. So that is now put onto a very high priority. I'm going to switch it to the highest priority. I don't have anything else being built. That way all 4 families, all 4 unassigned families are going to build this. I do have 1 person here in this logging camp. 1 family in this logging camp collecting more wood and also clearing this area because so when you go to the logging camp and you go to the advanced tab, you go to this hand icon and you limit the work area. So if I wanted to, I can make the loggers all focus inside this circle. I can use control to make the circle bigger or smaller. But right now I have like a circle like right here. This is where I have them working. Once they're done in this area, once these other trees are gone, I'm gonna have them focus on this area. Anyway, I don't need to do that. I was just showing you about the logging camp. I had to use a lot of timber and planks to build this manor, so I need to produce and make more of that. And I think I might have to build an additional sawmill. I have my other logging camp. My original logging camp is right here. And then I have my Woodcutters lodge to make fuel, which I definitely need to get somebody in there soon. And then I have another saw pit. Not another one. This is my only saw pit. And this is how I get planks made. When you get enough timber, then you can produce planks. And you need planks to build a lot of things. Because when you go to the build option, a lot of things require either timber or planks. More so these buildings, like 6 planks to build the bloomery, the smithy, 4 planks. 6 planks. See how everything takes planks and stone? And I've built all these already, except for the dyer's workshop I haven't built, but I've built everything else. So here's just a quick tour. I'm gonna check on something real quick. I'm gonna see if my fields are ready to be harvested. Oh shoot. Why is it only 60%? That's not good. Anyway, I need to yield. I got 2 months left. So right now we're in the month of July. So in September we'll ready to harvest. So when we get to September, I'll just have to keep an eye on that. I have one family tending to the farmhouse and to the crops. And I think it's not ideal, but I'm really stretched thin. In this game, basically, the challenge is that you only have so many families and they all need to do something. What I've noticed is that after I harvest, I don't really need them in the farmhouse a lot of the months. I do need them to turn the soil and run the oxen, the livestock. So I have 2 oxen assigned to this farm. You have to have the crops rotate in this game. Currently I have 5 crops and each of them are rotating in different years, producing different things. So like this year, this crop's producing the barley, and next year it'll produce flax, and then it will follow on the 3rd year. The crop next to it is gonna do wheat, then barley, and then wheat again. This crop is rotated on the follow, and then next year is barley and then flax. Flax is used to create threads and such. That's how they can get sewing items. So when I go here, a lot of items come from the flax. All my crops are on a rotation. It took me a while to figure out, but I did finally figure out that you have to have your crops on a rotation, because if you try to harvest the same crop the next year, it'll yield less than the year before. It won't be. So see how this wheat is 100%? The only reason it's 100% is because I've already harvested, well, I'm about to harvest flax. And after the flax, it'll be ripe for wheat. It's just the way that it works. And then on this crop, there is no follow, and I'm just doing wheat, barley, and flax back to back to back. I'm kind of testing it out. I'm seeing which is the most effective. It looks like the crops that have follow, which is the FALLOW, follow. It looks like the crops that have a follow rotation yield more on the next year. After the follow, it's going to be like high percentage yield. Although it does say barley is only 73% and flax is 86. The 86 is good. 73 not as good. This one's is like 92%, so I mean that's pretty good. But this is bad. 58%. I don't like that. Now I don't know what that means. It says fertility. So maybe because it already grew in all the way, maybe that's why. Anyway, regardless, I need to I need to free up these guys. So this is how you permanently assign the oxen to this farm. But see, since it's already plowed, all the fields are plowed, I don't need them here right now. I can free them up to do other work. Sometimes the unassigned families will just they'll come and grab one of these ox and use them to carry something. So that's my farmhouse and my crops. I built a separate road out to make the farmhouse so the crops could all surround it. So they're all within the vicinity. So it's just logistics. It's making sure that things are close by. Oh yeah, see, someone already grabbed him to go do something. So, and it looks like, oh, he's kind of slow, but he's going through town now. And this is what's kind of cool about the game. It's really, like, the graphics are really cool, pretty good, you know? And the fact that this was started by a solo developer as their passion project. I mean, this guy, whoever started this developer, man, they're doing an amazing job. Like, the fact that I don't even care if it's taken them 7 years. This is just a fantastic game so far. The freedom that you have, what you can do. It's kind of realistic too. Like, you can make roads that aren't perfect like this, you know? Like these triangle type roads. So when I make roads, I bend them to match the curvature of the existing land. What I'm given is this plot of land here. If you zoom out, you can see the map. I start in this area. I built the roads to follow the geography, basically. So there's a main road here, and then there's another main road that goes out here to a trade post. And I extended it through here. You can't really see it now, but there is a downtown market right here, and there are a couple stands, but the reason why they're empty, no one's using them, because I have 4 unassigned families working on the manor over here. And actually, there's probably a lot of progress done, so let's go see what they've done so far. Not really. They got more sawhorses out here and some logs set up. So they are putting the wheels in motion. It's just taking a long time. They're gathering more supplies. Here's another guy. This is the logging camp guy. He's just going to town on the edge of the forest there. Logistically, this isn't great because I'm building the manor way up here. So to get supplies, everyone has to go down this long road and go back into town. But I'm not going to build a storehouse way up here. Not yet, anyway. I guess I could. But the thing is, everyone would have to transport everything over here anyway. This is my main village area, but I built the manor up here. Main road here. Goes around. Goes out. Here's the trading post. I wanted the trade post to be closer to the road that goes to the other trade point. On their way in, they could hit the trade post right away. I did build an additional granary, which basically collects all the food that the foragers over here are collecting. And I've been keeping at least one family in the forager hut, even though they're not collecting as many berries as I would like, but they're at least collecting them at a good enough speed to where I'm producing enough food to feed everybody. As you can see, I have enough food to last 16 months, but I am losing fuel. So what I'm going to have to do is, since they're using my fuel at a high rate, I do need to build another firewood chopping center. That's not what you call it. So right here, this is what I was talking about, is the Woodcutters Lodge. I need to build one of these because that's where I get the so-called fuel. That's where I get firewood. So I have firewood stocked up, but I only have enough to last 5 months. So I really need to get more firewood. So I think what I'm going to have to do is build an additional Woodcutters Lodge and an additional saw pit next to my manor. That way they don't have to come all the way down here to do it. I could just move them. Could I just move them? I think, yeah, I can relocate this. So that's what I'll do. I'll relocate it. That way I'll use the original resources and I won't have to have 2 woodcutters lodges when I don't need it over here. So what you can do is you can relocate some buildings. I like that feature. I'll just put the woodcutters lodge like right here. I'll just put it right over here, right next to the logging camp. And then I'll assign it. I'll make the construction a high priority. That way one of the families will come over here and take care of it. Could actually temporarily free up a family. And now I'm just going to keep the logging camp going. Let's see how much wood have they produced so far? Oh, you know what? No, I don't need to assign the livestock. I think they're okay. They grab one anyway. Oh, timber storage. They don't have anything stored here? Oh, that means that they are using the timber to build my manor at such a rapid rate that they haven't even stored anything over here. That's insane. Because usually when you have a family working at the logging camp and they're cutting down all these trees, usually they start stacking up piles of timber. But it's like this guy can't even keep up with they can't even keep up with the demand. So every time he cuts down a tree, they drag it over here. And mind you, I didn't do this on purpose, but I didn't realize that the one annoying thing is when you plan your manor, this whole square now, it blocks anything that's inside of it. So I accidentally, I had a logging camp here. I moved my logging camp here. So basically what I did have this logging camp was over here on this side. And what I did was I moved it over here because I wanted to start cutting these trees down. But when I started planning the manor, I needed to make the manor quickly because I needed the taxation office to start collecting a lot of these taxes because I owe money. I owe royal tax. So I can't pay this if I can't collect the taxes. So I'm building the manor because that's what you're supposed to do. The game is called Manor Lords. So you kind of have to build a manor. That's kind of the whole point. People are coming in here pretty quick and filling this up. Anyway, going off rambling on a tangent, but the point is that this game is Manor Lords, and so building the manor is kind of the main thing. This is where my main residence is going to be. This is going to end up being my castle. Right now, it's just basic manor. Yeah, what I was explaining before is I had another logging camp. Like this logging camp I had to build because I couldn't move my old logging camp. So this one is trapped in the manor. I can't select it anymore because it's now a part of the manor. So I couldn't move my existing logging camp over here. So that was annoying. I should have moved this over here first before I committed to the manor. Because when you build it, you can plan it and then scrap the plan and then start all over. But once you hit commit, then you committed to the manor unless you select it and then demolish. So the only way to stop the construction and get all your supplies back is to demolish it. But I'm not going to do that. I have a good plan. You'll see how it develops. It's going to take a while. It's going very slowly. And look how many families I have. I have 4 unassigned families working on this. But the problem is, the reason why it's so slow, all these people have to walk all the way down this road to get supplies from one of the storage facilities. So they're grabbing stuff from here, they're grabbing stuff from here, and from here. And it's and by the time they come all the way over here, then they're walking all the way back, going all the way back up the road. And that's the only dumb thing about my plan, is that it's the reason why this is taking forever is because it's so far away. In the end, it'll be beneficial because you always want to build your castle or manor on the high ground. And this is the high ground. This is the highest point in the region. Eventually, any invading forces, it would be a lot harder to come and attack. And then you only have a narrow entry to get to my gates. Once they're built, obviously, it's easier for me to defend. So I have natural barriers that are helping as a natural defense. And so that's what you think about when you build your manor, is that you want to build it in a place. I could have built it a lot quicker and built my manor down here. I could have built it right here, right in the middle. And that would have been fine. But the problem is, it's not easily defendable. It's harder to defend because then if I built it here, I could have been attacked from every angle very easily. Like an army could march through here and attack. Another army could come through here and attack. It's just wide open. But if you're on the high ground and you have natural barriers, it's going to be a lot harder to attack. So that's my thinking. That's why I put it here. And I think it's going to be, who knows, it might be a terrible location. It might be a bad idea. I decided I needed to go on the high ground. And yes, it is far away. And the only problem is now my towns are further away and harder to protect. So all my people are down here and it's going to be harder to protect them. I'm not worried about it. I think eventually I will be able to gate off my entire area aside from the natural barriers. Like, I don't have to worry about this. Hardly anyone's going to be coming through here with an army. I don't have to worry about that. And you could send an army through the woods, but I really doubt it, you know? Like, a standing army isn't just going to waltz through the forest like this. So that's why I use natural barriers. Okay, I've already been talking for 40 minutes and I haven't really shown shit. Here we go. I've showed you the farmhouse and the logging camps, and I've shown you where I'm building the manor. I briefly showed you the trading post, one of the granaries, the forager hut. Now what I'll show is I built a windmill. Because you need the windmill to turn the grain from the wheat fields. Then you produce grain, you collect grain, and then you need grain to make flour. And newsflash, you need flour to make bread. And so once you collect the flour, then you can make bread. And I have my communal oven. Once I assign someone, I don't have anyone assigned right now. Oh, I don't want to get distracted. Okay, hold on. We need to start getting ready because it's August. Okay, so one more month, right? One more month? Oh, 18 days, even less than a month. So in 18 days, I need to start harvesting. I think the one family should be able to handle it, right? I hope so. I hope the one family can handle it. Because I don't want to I really don't want to pull anyone else off of the manor. I might have to collect all the wheat and stuff. I don't have anyone assigned to the trading post right now because building the manor is the highest priority right now. I've already collected a ton of wealth. I need to build the manor. So yeah, windmill turns grain into flour. I did build a sheep farm, but I haven't developed it yet because there's just too many other things that are higher priority. I did build a road through this forest to get to. No, so there's two different ways to get to this clay mining camp that I made. So I made another mining pit over this clay deposit. You can see the clay deposit there. I collected a lot of clay and I built a clay furnace so that eventually I can build these roof tiles, which will come in handy because if you want to upgrade, for example, if I want to upgrade the church, I need 10 clay tiles. See that? Oh, I need the 10 clay tiles. So that's the reason why you have to build a bunch of different things. You need the church and you need other things like the tavern to keep people happy. I don't have spare families to run them full time yet. During the winter, I put a family to run the tavern because people are cold, they don't have anything else to do, so they want to get warm and get some entertainment. So I put a family in the tavern during the winter. When it's not winter time, that isn't a priority. So what I end up doing is I pull them out of the tavern and I reassign them to somewhere else. I'm down to 4 months before winter. I cannot have only 4 months of fuel. I mean, it'll get me through winter, but I don't want to waste all my fuel, like all my firewood. I don't want to waste all my firewood and then have nothing left after winter. I have to have someone chopping wood. I can't just... And I usually do. I usually have someone through the winter chopping firewood. While I have reserves, it's not enough. Like, to me, that's cutting it close. I don't want it to be like food. I'm fine on food. It's just fuel. Fuel is what makes everything go. So definitely need a family to get over here. And see, now I finally have this person coming over. But yeah, now they're finally going to build this damn thing. Now that it's at the highest priority, at least someone's going to come over here and build.
Garage Junk Review.